Hello and welcome to the Natalie Miles Show. Happy new moon if you are listening to this on July 21st, because today we have a full moon in Capricorn. And I'm excited to share this energy forecast with you that is gonna, guide us through this back end of July 21st to the 27th. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to share this energy forecast with you today. Quick shout out, if you haven't downloaded your July energy forecast, link in the show notes or link below for you to go and access your full forecast, because the energy theme for this month is moving parts and let it sink in. I'm always really intrigued when you're listening to this around, what that actually means for you. Like, what moving parts are showing up in your life? What are you having to let it sink in? How is this showing up for you? I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. Send me a message on my Instagram. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening to this. But I would love to know how this is showing up for you. Let me know. And if you're a subscriber to the energy forecast, the full energy forecasts, the monthly ones, leave me a comment on my Substack, on the post. I would love to know how this is showing up for you. We are moving through so much. There is so much energy around right now to make us feel a little bit wobbly, make us feel out of control, make us feel powerless, question ourselves, doubt ourselves. Lots of energy to create divisiveness or separation or division, or to pit sides against each other. There is so much around right now. I mean, you just have to turn your news on wherever you are in the world. But this is also happening in that, in the micro, in the personal. There's a lot of big things moving between people. There's lots of big healing going it down, but also there is an invitation to do things differently. But at the same time, it's like this energy that's like pulling us back into the same old shit, the same old ways of doing things. And and I think there is this invitation to be like, are you hopping on this old energy train, or are you going to show up differently? Be different in how you communicate, how you show up in your community, your voice, what that means. And this is all part of this this energy that we are experiencing this week, because we have the full moon in Capricorn happening July 21st. It's a blue moon. A blue moon means when we have a repeat of signs, and this time we have a repeat of Capricorn. So June we had a full moon in Capricorn. July we have a full moon in Capricorn. And this is this invitation to do things differently, to see how things are working, and what's not working, and to see all the moving parts for what it is, but make some really big routine shifts and changes. I go into this in lots more detail in the full monthly energy forecast. So if you want to know more about what this full means, what this full moon means for you personally, go and check it out. But if you've been feeling tired, overwhelmed, emotional, feeling all the things, know that it is connected to this full moon. Just feels like a lot of energy, a lot of light is flooding onto the planet right now. I wouldn't be surprised if there are lots of solar flares. I haven't checked that actually, but it does feel like that energetically, where our bodies are really reacting to the solar energy pouring onto the planet. It can make you feel overwhelmed, tired, fried, bloated. So if you're feeling any of those things, anxious, fearful, worried, the solar flares can really affect us. And this is what's coming through. I haven't written any of this on my notes, but my guides are like, please talk about solar flares and the impact on the body, because I think we're moving through so much in the body currently. And it's all connected to this big shift that is happening. We are in a really transitional week. There is a chapter shift. A really big chapter shift this month of how we show up for ourselves, what's changing in our lives, how we're showing up in relationships, in work environments, how we interact with people, how we're seen, how we're heard, our relationship to money, our relationship to food, to our bodies. Yeah, we are in a big chapter shift, and a transition and a newness. There is a sense of something closing and something beginning. But what came through really loud, it's really important that we believe in ourselves. Believe in ourselves this week. Believe that change is possible, whether that be in your own life or for the collective. But this sense of belief and trust, but believe in yourselves, believe that change is possible, believe that what you're moving towards, what you're calling in, what your vision is for the future is really big, and that you have hope and belief. And also I wanted to share something that came through in a client reading actually, but this feels really important to share as well, this sense of forgiveness. There's a lot of that we need to forgive ourselves. And what was really interesting that came through in the channeling was that there's like an old thing that forgiveness means going back into the past to forgive others or forgive a situation, or we need to take action by doing a certain ritual or prayer or whatever forgiveness means for you personally, on how you feel like you need to release it. And about revisiting the past, whether it's someone else's actions or your own actions. And what came through was really potent, because they basically said, no, forgiveness right now is you going and taking action and creating the life that you want to live. By you creating the newness and you moving forward that's so deeply aligned in your heart, that is forgiveness. And I was like, cool. Yeah, it just hit home, and I just wanted to share that with you for anyone that is feeling that energy or feels like you need to go back in the past to revisit something, to heal something, to forgive something, and knowing that you don't necessarily have to do that. And actually, by living in the now and being present in the now is all part of that forgiveness energy, and it's not always about going backwards, which feels so deeply aligned with what we're moving through and experiencing currently. So someone asked actually on my YouTube whether I could suggest any questions or any ways that you guys can interact with this energy forecast, with these themes of like, well, how can I ask my team, how can I ask my spirit guides and be connected to this energy? What can I do? And I would ask your guides this week where am I not believing in myself, and what can I do to believe in myself more? I'd also reflect and go back down your history timeline of a time when you didn't believe in yourself, and just go and write that down and reflect on that. And also go and reflect on a time when you really did believe in yourself, and you look at the outcomes, because I think there's some really interesting past healing regarding the sometimes those feelings where we lose faith, and we lose hope in believing in ourselves, or you got that intuitive hit and you really believed something was going to happen and then it didn't happen. Is that now stopping you from going forward with your dreams and your visions and what you want to create? So yeah, that's what I would ask your spirit team, your guides this week, for interacting with this energy of believing in yourself, to ask for those intuitive hits and downloads to support you this week. As always, it's been awesome to share this energy forecast with you. If you've enjoyed it, please rate, review, share. If you are on YouTube, leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next week with the next energy forecast. I'm already channeling through the energy for August. Really excited to share that with you as well. And go and I've also just started sharing on TikTok as well. I was like, I'll admit, I have a do like TikTok for being. I'm a bit of a Swiftie fan, so I have been down the Swift Talk route, and also Book Talk for all the book stuff. Sarah J. Maas and Taylor Swift. So I have really enjoyed the content that's being put on TikTok, and I've been resisting it for so long. And I was like, do you know what? It's time to start posting some videos on there. So yeah, I'm now also putting myself on TikTok, sharing stuff up there, because I've been enjoying consuming content on there personally. So I was like, right, it is time. Again, all part of this newness, this chapter shift, this transition energy for me personally, and how it's showing up in my work. But yeah, have an amazing week. Happy full moon. And I'll see you next week with another energy forecast. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye.